Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is go time. My name is Todd Grisham. Alongside me, Johnny Nelson.
Hi, Todd.
Muhammad Ali, the greatest of all time. Watch the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury. He's so big and yet so light.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, here is the Olympic gold medalist and
So much hype surrounding this fight, and now it is go time. These athletes have promised us a war. Let's see if they deliver. What is this fighter doing? There's nothing behind these punches. Like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. Perfect counter shot. These two were made for each other. That counter shot lands. Oh, and that left hook hurt him. These men showing exceptional chins, by the way. Good counter-punching from both these fighters. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Nice offensive display, landing that left counter. That one will count. Counter right hand there. The counter fighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction times. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think light, concentrate.
That left counter was perfectly timed. You know the scorecards are all over the place in this one. Beautiful counter shot. Let's talk about the greatest. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Wow, it's like two different...
What do we expect to see here in round two? Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Through the hook, didn't land. Good punch. Nice punch. He's got a massive reach advantage. Let's see if he uses it.
Very smart, very sharp. This is a fit young man style that he's got to get inside that long reach. Not many fights can do that.
Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Counter punching. Gets out of the way of that left hand. The greatest has been dazed. And down. It looks like this one's going to be over.
Oh, what a shot. Oh, my goodness.
About the greatest. What a huge momentum swing that's going to be, considering that round will be 10-8 after the knockdown.
Love the response, though. Got back up, took a deep breath, thought, right, brush it off, get on with the job.
There's the bell for round 3. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
Todd, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel, because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
Counter left hand there. You'd like to see this fighter protect themselves a little better. Good counter punching for both these athletes. Well, we know what the game plan is going to be for this fighter. He's got to stick and move and avoid the big shots from the bigger man.
If you're in there with a guy...
At some point, the corner may have to intervene here because this fighter won't stay down.
Somebody can smell blood here. They can smell blood. They've got to be smart. Get in there. And boom, back in the same spot again. It happened once.
If there's anyone that can get out. Tower, they're going to throw it in. Let's talk about the greatest. I don't know who's got the advantage here after both men tasted the canvas in that round.
Sometimes you talk about drawing first blood. What is that?
There's the bell to start round 4. Both fighters went to the canvas last round. What are we going to see here?
2 knockdowns in the same round to both fighters. How is this going to work? But you know what? The one that was knocked down earlier, he's the one that's got more time to recover. But it's still hard. It still plays on your brain to see what's happened. They got to think like a goldfish. Forget after 10 seconds. They got to be smart.
He just misses with that big right hand. Both men step back for just a moment. As it is in most heavyweight fights, don't blink because one big shot and this thing could be over.
I've seen it so many times. One punch changes everything. I've seen guys winning hands down. They decide to showboat and show off them. Blam! It's over. So they've got to stay sharp. One punch changes everything.
Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Catch and shoot with the left counter. Good job. You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Left hand misses. Good counter punch. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about the greatest. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second, every minute of this round is important. You cannot afford to lose it.
Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Nice counter punch. Don't let this fighter's speed fool you. There's some method to the madness. These are precision shots, and they're coming at lightning speed.
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close rounds.
Left counter scores. Nice exchanges from both men in this round. He misses with that jab.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
They score again with the left hand. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about the greatest. From this moment forward, he cannot... There's the bell to start round 6. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym. You can do it like that. You've got to relax.
Tyson Fury just got rocked. Do you believe this? Shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though. I don't believe what we're seeing here.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
He misses with that jab. Swing and a miss. And he just missed with that left jab. Punch, counter punch. Despite the scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. This may do it.
Bambi legs are kicking in. Look at those legs. The legs have gone.
Talk about the greatest. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy. Round 7, here we go. Perfect counter lands. On the right. How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
power. That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Nice job landing with that right-hand counter. You'd like to see more jabs. Can they figure out the combination to this safe? Fighters sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
So you're getting in there with somebody that's so fast, you're prepared to take a licking because you've got to get some before you get in close.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Just misses with that jab. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Good left counter that lands. Let's talk about the greatest. He is down big time on the score.
You know, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, bro, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen the sun.
Round 8, and we're off again. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you're there and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Neither fighter willing to sit down on these punches. They're arm punches. They're scoring, but they're not going to hurt anybody. And wait a minute. A left hand lands. There's no way this fighter can go punch for punch. Their resistance to these blows just isn't the same.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim and go for speed.
Back and forth they go. Neither fighter willing to back down. Nice job landing that left counter punch. He missed with that jab. Punch. Beautiful counter punch. Lands with the right counter. Both of these men showing exceptional chins, by the way. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about the greatest. You know that bell was sweet music to his ear. And we enter the night. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're dealing with someone with so much speed, you've got to get your timing right.
Some fighters are just gifted. Gifted with hand speed, footwork, movement. They are gifted. They are the chosen few.
And he misses with that jab. When someone punches that hard, you don't want to trade shots. Both men step back for just a moment. Catch and shoot. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round. Power is is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, someone can take you out with a simple jab, it can be intimidating. It just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
That left counter punch will score. Nice exchange here from both men. Punches. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be, this round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Counter right-handed kick. Let's talk about the greatest. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't...
Here comes the 10th round. Coming off that fantastic last round. Let's see if he can keep his momentum going. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're dealing with someone with so much speed, you've got to get your timing right.
Let me explain to you about a fast fighter that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed. They're confident. They know they just have to quick burst, boom. In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed. And that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
He fails to score with that left hook. They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've been in the ring with fights like that and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out of there, because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
Nice exchanges from both men in this round. Nice counter shot. They're both going for the KO. It's so obvious. Nice counter shot. Big left, but doesn't score with it. Who would have thought Ali would get rattled like this? Ladies and gentlemen, a knockout victory and one of the biggest surprises of the year.
Accuracy, power, punch, perfect. That was hurt.